Oh, hello everybody. Sorry for the 5 minute wait. I just had a phone call come through at the worst possible time, so just had to quickly take that and get them off the phone. Now we're here. All right, welcome everyone. Cool. So, I've been out for the majority of the day, but I've just come home. Seen the prices all the way down here. It hasn't yet hit my alerts, but I thought I would jump onto a live stream for you all because, I mean, we've had another move down to the lows, which is kind of what we were expecting to happen. Um, so let's get a look in the chat. Everyone smash up the likes. Everyone say hello in the chat and we'll get started. So Hugo, ASD, price dropped 8% in 2 days. My guy is saying volatility incoming. Yeah, I wasn't planning on doing this stream tonight. It was just a case of, okay, where's the thumbnail I can use? So I just had to flick through some old streams. And I thought, okay, I've used the Bitcoin dumping thumbnail enough recently. I'll use something different. So it's just, yeah, just rehashed an old thumbnail and slightly changed the title and repeated the same stream. That's the reason why I'm doing that. Yeah, it doesn't mean anything. Craig, warm up, David, Keshab, Gert, Changa, Mags, Greg, Crypto Joe, Oth. Oh, chat disconnected. Please, successfully connected. Did I just have a bit of an issue with my connection then? Again, hopefully not. So, Callis, Job, Luis, P, Mubu, and Van. Welcome, 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 everybody. Okay, so, yeah, it's kind of, I mean, we're just in a range, right? So we're just in a little bit of a range right now on Bitcoin. This is what we were looking for. We were talking last night about the potential that this could form because we didn't have a big capitulation at the lows. The chances are you're going to revisit this low a few times and start to put in, at best, some kind of accumulation kind of schematic from this. So I just want to go over, I mean, it's unlikely that we're going to take out these lows anytime soon on the stream. So we've got a little bit of time where we can just go through some of the price action from today. The short trade that I took earlier, which actually for a little while was underwater. So I did take a short earlier on, which did end up underwater. This was a trade that I took during the trading room, and by the time we had the move up, it was actually when I went out. But I really wasn't concerned. I was so sure the price was going to come back down to this low that I'm like, ugh, you know what? It may have hit my invalidation from this trade. I would have happily taken this up to 41k. With probably that being a just add to it, and then to come back down to the lows. So ideally what I was looking for was either for this to roll over at this point after it took out these highs here. Okay, so we're basically looking at this as a potential SFP that we were looking to trade into the VWAP, into the local golden pocket, or back down towards the lows and the daily level down here. Of course, we did get that CPI data earlier on, which caused a little bit of a pump in the market. If you move up when this stuff's released, like, just fade it. Like, just fade it every time, because the first move never, I mean, it's dangerous. I can't say that it's no financial advice here, but I don't think I've ever seen, like, FOMC, CPI stuff come out and the initial move has actually got continuation. I can't remember an occasion where that has happened. So yeah, we got the move up. This is the thing. We got it up at the time that the data was released, which to me is just like, okay, cool, I'm holding a short. Why do I need to do anything on this? Because if the first move is up, I'm probably pretty comfortable in that short position because we're going to retrace the whole damn thing, because you fade the first move. And that is exactly what we did. So you had a little pump. It held a range for a little bit, got some people long. And then, yeah, we've just come all the way back down to the lows. So yeah, I'm holding a short from here. It's nothing major. It was underwater for a few hours, but I wasn't around to short any higher, and ideally, I was looking for this region here, the previous day VWAP close, the daily level, and the previous day point of control, to get like more size on this short position, which would have given me an average entry around here, and then could have taken that down to take the lows after that. But hey, I'm short, still holding it. My alerts are down here. It hasn't actually hit my alerts, so I've not done anything on this short position yet, still just holding it for now, and we will see how that goes. I am willing to take a long at the lows if we do take out this low. So if we do get an SFP of the low, it'd be nice if that happens before the daily open. In which even if it happens at the daily open, I don't know. We'll see how things go. It looks like we're going to get a bit of a bounce here anyway, and we'll come back down and take these lows afterwards. I'm fairly sure we're probably going to take these lows, which would give us a nice little spring, but we will have to wait and see. I don't think this has taken the lows on any exchange yet, so yeah, we can have a little look. But yeah, basically, very quickly, okay, we were talking yesterday about this has the potential to form some kind of accumulation schematic down at the lows. So what we're going to do, because obviously you have to kind of be looking for long positions as swings here, so I don't really want to look at this as a redistribution, although this is an up thrust after distribution, kind of fits the bill, but I'm not going to draw it as that. I will draw it again as accumulation because that's how I like to do these things. So what you've got is your selling climax down here. Again, it's very, very rough, but just this is what we were talking about yesterday. You've had a secondary test. You come up here, you have a sign of strength, which breaks market structure. Okay, so this was what we were actually talking about. I did say on Discord, I'll see if I can find it briefly. Oh, I've got streamer mode on. I can't find all my stuff. But basically, yeah, in the Discord on like last night, I think I was saying it would be nice if we can change market structure, get everyone bullish, and then you come back down and take the lows. So you got your selling climax. Yeah, sorry everyone, this is just quick abbreviations on what you often get on like little ranges that you put in here. Selling climax, secondary test, that gives us an automatic rally, which then gives you a sign of strength potentially at the around here. Then we've got another tester within this region, and what we've been looking for now is basically what you want to get from this is some kind of spring that takes out the lows, reclaims this area, and then you're looking to kind of get back above this VWAP region in order to reverse price again back to the highs of the range. You're literally just trading a range, but it's different ways in which you can trade it. A relatively simple way in which you can trade that. So I'd be looking at an anchored VWAP around here. This is all very low time frame, but that is potentially what I'd be looking for. So that is why I'm looking for price to come down here, take out the lows, have a spring, bounce back off of this daily level, and then we can look towards higher prices again. We do have, yeah, that kind of makes sense. I think that's the trade I'm looking for right now. If we do get like really aggressive to the downside, we can have a look at some of the support we have just below us. Hopefully we get a bit of that price action. Like the fact that we're caught at daily open here, means that, yeah, hopefully we're going to dump a bit more. So, yeah, and Maz, yeah, this absolutely. The thing is that you never know if it's redistribution or accumulation until it breaks. So, all you can do is trade the spring. If it ends up as a spring or if it ends up as actually a breakout, we don't know at that point. So, we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, that is the plan. I mean, previously when we've done this, I had this up on the chart earlier, and I do want to just mention, is there anything else that fits better now? Not really. Let's go back onto here, because this is what we were looking at earlier during the trading room, right? Also, Luxury's here. Welcome, Luxury. Sorry, I saw you in the chat, and I was like in the middle of flow, and I forgot to say hello. So Luxury's here, Money Badger's here. We got a few more people in the house. Cool. But yeah, this is the kind of thing we were looking at during the trading room earlier. So very, very similar to what happened on yesterday morning. We were looking at this kind of similar idea playing out with it just returning and bleeding back down to the lows. You've had this little deviation up here of the highs, but ultimately what it's done is just roll over with a little bit of a fake news pump in the middle. So it has just rolled over, and we could be looking quite significantly lower if we're not going to get an SFP and then quickly run things back up towards the highs again. So we do need to be aware of that. It could get dumpy again, like really, really quickly, which is okay. I'd be happy with that. Lower prices on Bitcoin. I'm no longer like, I was in a long position yesterday. I'm not in any longs. I'm holding a short. I'm happy with a short position. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But if we do roll over and we do move lower down, there are significant levels, okay, to the downside. So we do have our monthly and weekly levels down here, but we will remove those. So this 38 500 region would look quite nice. You've got a monthly level there. What we also have is a macro golden pocket down here in this region. And then, of course, if we are to draw a fixed range all the way across here, you're coming into your POC. Like, we're not yet there. We've not yet hit that point of control. So I would think at the very least, if price can come down, hit into that point of control, 38,900, maybe a little bit lower, hit the 618, 38,750, maybe a little bit lower, 38,500, depending on how aggressive this gets. Those would be positions where I would potentially look for a long in order to get a little bit of a relief rally underway. So yeah, we'll see. It's certainly not feeling as like, I'm not feeling as much like we're going to capitulate now as I was yesterday. I think the fact that we've held within this range for a while means we probably don't go too deep. I was expecting, like, if we were going to get a capitulation, I think that would have happened last night. I think in this case, if we're going to take the lows, it's not going to be as aggressive as maybe I thought it might have been previously. So yeah, that is that. Ahmed, did you move to Dubai? Not yet. Not yet. I will be in Dubai next month. So yeah, I will be there next month. I might just have to do a hold on, I've just had a text. I might have to do a little spider rescue. I just had a text being like, oh my god, spider, it's moving. So I might have to go and catch a spider. People, why are they scared of spiders, man? Off. What about the weekly at 37.4? Yeah. I mean, that brings us down to the value area low. So that's the next region. I think you're realistically looking at this as your two zones here. The first zone is going to be this 39 to 38.8 ish region. I would expect that would get us a bounce. Like, hopefully it would get us a fairly decent bounce, but if it doesn't, then yeah, you just go down to the next level. I just take things level to level. There is a weekly level down here. There are some significant levels down here, and it is the value area low of this range. So we could be looking back down towards these lows, which also would kind of continue on with this little trend line that we've had recently. So we are aware of that. That could also play out, but I don't think it's something that I'd necessarily be looking at to happen straight away. I would imagine a POC, a golden pocket, a monthly level, whatever else we have down there that I need to just remind myself of what is there, should be enough to give us a bounce if we were to take the lows. I'm not moving. I'm not moving there permanently. I'm going to be there next month. Change of scenery, chance to just work. Like, there'll be tons of stuff. I saw a comment earlier. Who was it? From Braveheart. We need you on 24/7. I think next month is that opportunity. I'm going to try and do like as much as possible for a month, like as many live streams as possible, just like work, work, work like a madman. And then I'll probably need to have a little bit of a. I mean, it's crazy. I'm going to Dubai to work, and then when I come back, I'll probably end up needing a holiday. So I'll probably end up having to go away again afterwards. But yeah, next month should be fun. It's just focus on work kind of thing, and it should be good. Uh, yeah. Yoga, I'm not going to use a shoe on a poor little spider. If I need to go and get it, I'll catch it, and but I think it's okay. The dog will probably eat it, or one of the dogs will probably eat it. Greg, you're secretly friends with Carl the Moon and needs advice on how to shill Bybit properly. I definitely do need advice on how to shill Bybit properly. I'm really bad at it. Is there anyone on here that would like to join our trading group on Bybit? Is there anyone that was who has not yet signed up to Bybit, who still needs to sign up to Bybit? If you do still need to sign up to Bybit, because that is the exchange that we're looking at, that's the best exchange out there. If you do still need to sign up to Bybit and you're not trading on there, if you're still wasting time on Binance or on FTX or on all of those kind of things that just don't really do anything anymore, then yeah, do go on to toroscrypto.com over here, and when you go there you'll see a lovely big banner up at the top. You'll see this big banner, and this says trade on Bybit, 10% off of fees. You get 10% off of fees, and you do get up to 4,100 in bonuses. I can't, I think that might have changed. I think it might be 4,800 dollars in bonuses, but obviously you'd have to deposit a lot. Also, if you do miss the big banner up there, you can just scroll down. And if you do scroll all the way down, you see the big Bybit logo, and you can go trade now, and then that'll take you to Bybit, and that's about to dox me. So I will quickly close the exchange before everyone sees my account. Um, yeah, um, join Bybit. And yes, Bybit is launching copy trading, but do we really want to add that? It's yeah. We tried that before with BitGet, and it was just like rubbish. Didn't work at all. Um, but yeah, maybe that could be something with the trading rooms, that we could do something along those lines. But anyway, that is the website. Do go check out the website, and there we go. That is that. Kesha, Bybit fees are not high compared to Binance. They're they're just not. They are if you like. You get You're getting 10% off of fees if you sign up with our referral link for a start, and I'm fairly certain they're not more expensive than Binance, and Binance is dead. Come on, guys, like Binance is pretty dead now. um I'm gonna have a little look. What are the Binance perp fees? Binance is not cheaper than Bybit. So Binance fee as a regular user, and that's if you're under $1 million volume a month, is 0.1%. Like on Bybit, we're looking at like 0.06 and 0.025, aren't we? Or something like that. Surely not. You can't. Binance fees aren't cheap. Nonsense. I might be wrong. I've literally just quickly Googled that, so I have to check it. Anyway, where are we? Where are we? Let's have a look. Okay, let's go back onto the price action. It's typical that I go live and nothing's happening. I was coming on here for a good dump. I was hoping we'd take the lows. I was hoping we'd like get something to talk about, get that volatility, and we've done nothing. Uh, I've got to go spider rescue. Look, I literally said, so I don't know if people can see this. I said my dog would probably go and try and eat the spider. And look, it is. Oh, this is what happens when I've got like a graphics card that does that. But there is the dog basically trying to eat the spider. So I've got to go and sort the spider out before my dog eats the spider and probably ends up throwing up later on. I'll be right back. See. I am back. All right. I rescued the spider. The dog was trying to eat it, but it was too high up the wall, so she was jumping to try and investigate the spider. And yeah, but I saved it. I saved the spider. I did my good deed for the day. Okay. Bitcoin hasn't moved. So what am I going to talk about? Ronek, welcome, welcome. Yoga with Matro. Love a good dump, not too hard, not too soft. Yeah. Oh, we're moving up. There we go. Finally, we're getting a bit of a move. Ba, ba, ba. Okay, cool. Anyway, let's not debate about Bybit or Binance. I just want everyone to join our Bybit thing because it's nice. We give I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway. Right, where were we? Where were we? People ask questions about TA and stuff. That will be much better. Oh, come on, it'll be so annoying if we don't take these lows. I don't think we're going to. Let's just look at where we are with price action. It'd be like let's see if we can take out these lows. We do have some confluence that looks like golden pocket around where the VWAP is. Maybe not. It's a bit meh. So, uh, yeah. So this is the thing. Okay, back to serious TA. You've got 2 days in a row now with equal lows, poor lows at the low. I do think that it's very likely that we're still going to come down and take these lows. Um, so we're coming back up to our current day value area low. I would imagine that would probably hold as some kind of resistance, even if we were to get a move up into our current point of control, 40,100. That would be a good area in which to probably look for some short positions back down to the lows for that Asia session. You do have your VWAP coming in there. Um, what we're also seeing is this does appear. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see what happens if we do get a move up into VWAP into the current day point of control. I think to we would then be looking down towards these lows. It would be very surprising if we do just bounce at this point with poor lows in place, without anything more than that. We do of course have poor highs, but you're looking like you'd have to massive pump back up to like 43k in order to clean these up. We do have unfinished business at previous day point of control, $41,000. So if we did reverse here, 41k obviously would be a really significant level as well, and we do have confluence there. But yeah, the thing is, we're still almost 3 hour, 2.5, 3 hours away from the daily close. So what you often see on days like today, and I mean any day where you're hanging down at the low of the range, the chances are we're probably going to wait until the close and we'll find our way down here, and that gives you an opportunity to get a nice SFP to set up a selling tail on the new day, to put in a low really early, and then you can reverse things after that. So I think that is kind of what I'd be looking for. Obviously I'm going to be asleep by the time that happens, but I do have alerts down there, and I'll probably have my iPad next to me in which to take a trade if we can come down here and take these lows. Again, levels that I'm interested in, basically just below 39k. So 39k to 38,600 region is what I'm looking at. I do have some limit orders within that region. I will set my alerts, I will let my limit orders fill, and I will see how that goes. But yeah, that for me is the plan. So let's come down, take the lows, get some of these limit orders filled, and then we can see how things go from there. Otherwise, we're looking down at like 37. They are keeping it inside at the moment, so we are keeping it inside the range for now. But I mean, we can have a look. Let's just look at the order flow and see what we can get from this. You did get you got pretty decent CVD divergence from the lows. So you did get that. I mean, this is really tiny. Hopefully people can see it. But basically, this is a 1 minute chart. It's not ideal. But you're making a higher low here. And on the CVD, you are making that lower low. Again, one exchange we're looking at here. This is the inverse perps on Bybit. But it works. Like inverse perps on Bybit, that's where the juicy data is. That is the data that we like to trade. So yeah, we did have bullish divergence down at those lows. That has created a bit of a move to the upside. At this stage, we're not really seeing longs getting greedy right now either. So we're getting a rise on shorts closing, which is decent. I still think we're going to come down and take the lows. Mr. Brownbag, thank you very much. I'm not looking too great right now. I don't think I would call myself that at the moment. I've got to that stage again where I desperately, desperately, desperately need a haircut. Which seems to happen all the time. I'm just too lazy. So, but yeah. How do you use these vertical green and red lines on the CVD chart? So I do have a video on CVD divergence. So just look on my channel. There is a video on CVD divergence that does explain this. And I do have a simple template that you can download, which, yeah, you can start to look at this kind of stuff. All right. Catch up, Luke. You didn't front run us this time like you did near 43k region. No, I did not. That was a great trade. That was such a fun trade. It feels like such a long time ago. Where was that? That was this one, wasn't it? Oh yeah, this is when I longed it literally like to the dollar. down here, and I was like, this isn't going to take the lows, this isn't going to take the lows, this isn't going to take the lows, and it didn't, and it went all the way back up to the highs of the range, and then we started the big dump. That was so much fun. um I don't know where the I'll post a link to the CVD video. CVD divergence. Oh, that's the. ah, I'll find it later. Maybe someone else can post the link to the CVD divergence video. Do we want to look at anything else? Do we want to have a look at some altcoins? I'm interested to see what Luna is doing. So we are at this phase now. Kind of crazy. These lines unchanged. So we didn't get the relief rally. That was the extent of our relief rally on Luna. Rubbish. And the reason we didn't get the relief rally is because Bitcoin was stupid and dumped. But these lines unmoved. We have hit the target for this off of the yearly level. So I have built a long position within this region on Luna. I am still holding a short from literally right at the high there. So yeah, we'll see how that goes on Luna, but this is still following really nicely, minus the relief rally that never happened. So we have had that move down into target of the yearly level, which is really good on there. I think for Luna, realistically, I would like to see a bounce back up towards like $9,800 if Bitcoin can bounce around the POC. So if Bitcoin bounces around the POC, what we'll probably see is I do think, and again, we spoke about this yesterday, and this is kind of what we're getting, and we did speak about this in the trading room today, is that even if Bitcoin takes out the low, if it can still bounce from that point of control just below, I think a lot of alts will put in a higher low. So although you're going to get Bitcoin, which and you see this all the time, like just watch for when Bitcoin does these kind of moves. You have Bitcoin that comes down here, has a big capitulation, forms a little range, gets your little bull trap, comes back down, grinds down, takes out the lows, SFP, and then you run it back the other way. What you often get with these altcoins is they'll start to just outperform a little bit. If I do just change the color on this, and what you'll find on the altcoins in the yellow is they'll come down, they will slightly go a little bit further, but their reaction will be slightly stronger, and you'll probably find they start trending up like this. Then Bitcoin starts to dump and everything else comes down, and the altcoins will often put in a higher low, and they'll do this. So whilst Bitcoin comes and takes out the low, the altcoins put in a higher low somewhere around, shame I didn't quite get that, but somewhere around that golden pocket region, and those are when you kind of take those trades together with confluence. So Bitcoin taking the low out, the altcoins making those higher lows, and that's generally what you'd want to get as a little trade. So that's what I'm looking for on Luna, and we've kind of had that. That's not to say that Luna isn't going to come down and take these lows at this stage, but it's just something you often see on the altcoins when you do get these big moves down. So let's see how this goes. Luna at support, so Luna at really nice support. If of course Bitcoin dumps like really badly, then the next region of support on Luna is down here at like $72 to $68. I'm not really looking at anything other than that. So if we are to get like really big, nasty, bad Bitcoin dumps fill overnight here, then I do think the next level of interest on Luna is that $72 to $68 region. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to continue to have these lines on the chart. I would like to see a bounce up towards like here, if Bitcoin can get a bit of a relief rally going as well. We will see. Yeah, from zero to drift here, I got tricked by higher low on alts so many times when I was waiting for them to go lower. I mean, that it really does happen a lot. Like when you do get these local moves, I think that's the thing people get caught out with quite often, is that And this is often why you see like the altcoins being a bit more explosive on any like relief rally, is that they don't really give that opportunity to get back in. You don't get those SFPs as cleanly as you do on Bitcoin, and you often do get front run on those, and then they'll just really like, oh wow, that alt's gone now, there's no chance to get back in on it, and it just kind of runs away with it. So yeah, do be aware of that. Do be aware that even if Bitcoin takes a low, you might not get your entry on altcoins, and you'll just have to be watching when that happens for confidence there, if you want to trade the alts. And certainly the alts are looking quite tradable right now. Again, Ethereum is back down into an area of support. However, it is caught within the value area of this range. And if this does continue lower, we were looking at a pretty nasty looking shark harmonic on Ethereum the other day. So we do have the potential that if this is a big old nasty shark that's going to play out, then you're going to come down here all the way down towards the 886, which is going to bring you back into your POC of this whole range. So again, if Bitcoin gets dumpy, like really, really dumpy, then you will likely see a move down to the point of control on Ethereum as well. So another thing to be aware of, that could happen. And there's the one on DOT. So this is the one that has played out already on DOT. So we did draw this on Ethereum, and I think we drew this on DOT on the last stream on like Friday night. We were talking about this as being, no, it was even before that. This was when we were still up at the range highs, wasn't it? Because we were looking at this back here, and we were talking about like how crazy it would be to see a lot of these altcoins actually move down and hit like the 886 down here. But that's actually happened. So you are looking at like, you do have these shark harmonics that have played out, and from that, just based off of the pure harmonic, you're looking for the 5.0. So you're looking for the 0.5 on the way back up. So we can draw a full fib onto here. You would be looking for, if this is a shark harmonic playing out, you are looking to get a move back up on DOT, at least to around $20.30, $20.50 kind of region. Which would support Bitcoin getting a bounce here as well. So that does make sense. They're everywhere, these little harmonics. I drew this on Bitcoin earlier also. I'm just telling everyone what I was telling the crew earlier. You guys in public stream are getting like alpha tonight. Not that I'm I don't know. It's kind of like I'm yeah, whatever. But yeah, I am going over literally the ideas that I was telling the crew earlier. So, but we do have harmonic into harmonic. So this, of course, being the big old Gartley pattern that we were looking at, like basically the whole way through this range, that we did come up and hit target. Like we hit the 786 to perfection there. So exactly the 786 on the 1.618. So we did hit the 786 on the 1.618 fib time level, which gave us a move down into the point of control, which potentially gives us another Gartley to trade. So if this does get a bounce within this region, you could be looking back at, say, the 24th of April. Let's put a random prediction here. You could get a move back up by the 24th of April, around that time, to, let's say, 46,400, 46,500 kind of region, and then we go dump it again. Could be interesting, and at that point we'd be at the value area low of the range. This could extend the range well on into the summer, so it'll be very interesting to see if we do get something like this play out. Not saying it's highly likely, but it's a fun little idea that we can monitor over the next couple of weeks or so. Harmonic Tetris. Yeah. Zamfira, can you explain how you draw the harmonics? So yeah, harmonics are basically just a series of Fibonacci levels. So you're just chaining fibs together. So it's kind of like a nice cross between, if you know simple Fibonacci, you're basically just like telling a story with those Fibonacci levels. Okay, you've come into the golden pocket. We're now going to look for the 786 of this move. We're now going to look for the 1.618 extension. It's that kind of thing. It's chaining them together into something that looks pretty. that's basically how to draw them. I do have, again, within the crew, we do have a few playbook strategies on harmonics that can tell you how to trade them. I've got a couple more that I need to cover still. So, but yeah, we do have playbook strategies within the crew on how to trade those. We've got some nice like cheat sheets and stuff that are available on what the different harmonics are and stuff as well. But that is in the crew membership. So otherwise, Google is your friend on these kind of things. Harmonics are really nice, and they're very, very readily available all over the internet. So just YouTube, like Gartley Harmonic, and other people will tell you how to do it. Like just on here, it's readily available information. I'm not going to try and sell that. Uh, what else do we have? Well, I was going to say something else about harmonics, but yeah, I can't remember. Uh, RJS, Mr. TA, can you please give a quick recap? The problem is every time I give a quick recap, everyone else who I've already spoken to about everyone else in the stream has to hear it again. So I would say like early, basically just quickly go back to the very beginning of the stream because I generally do like an overall recap as soon as I start the stream. Um, but quick recap, I'm expecting the lows to be taken. I'm expecting 39k to be hit overnight. That is a macro point of control. I want to see this region hit. So I do have an alert down here. I am short. I do want to see this region hit. So I would be very surprised if it doesn't at that point. So let's just see how it goes. I would expect that to happen early on in the Asia session. I do have limit orders down here waiting. I do have alerts there that will wake me up, and then we'll see how things are going. If things do get really dumpy, then we're looking down at like 37,400. Okay. So that's like super quick recap. Still looking down. I don't think we're gonna, if we do get a significant move up, 41k being very, very key to reclaim. So if you can get back above 41k, which is our previous day point of control, that would start to look an awful lot better. And then we could maybe be looking back up towards like 44. There's that big like 44, 400 region. Okay. But I still think we take the lows. 39k, 38,800, 38,600. Failing that, 37,400. Oh. Also, yeah, Zamfira, what's the indicator for the volume range? So, also, welcome to the stream. I'm guessing you're new to the stream. Um, because yeah, this is stuff we talk about quite often on here. So welcome. If there is anyone else who is new to this channel and new to the stream, then please do say hello. Do go check out tauruscrypto.com again. I'm going to give it one more little plug. I'm going to make sure that I am not on Bybit when I do that. Please do go check out tauruscrypto.com where you can learn about the community. If you do have questions like what is this indicator and stuff like that, the simple stuff like that was a fixed range volume tool. So if you do just click fixed range, search fixed range on TradingView, you'll find it. But if you do have specific questions, feel free to join our free Discord community. We do have a trading help section in there. And the community will be happy to answer any questions. And again, if you want to go where the people are really active and where we're like trading every single move that happens, we're always talking about the charts. We have like multiple updates for myself and coaches every day. We have trading rooms like basically every day. We traded the London Open today. We're going to be trading the New York Open tomorrow. We're going to be trading the Asia Open on Thursday. Then you can learn more about the Taurus crew, and this is where you get much more like educational content, non-financial advice, trade setups, those kind of things. We don't do signals, but we do give setups and we do give plans constantly, and we're always trying to like get like literally every single move. I hate it when we don't get a move and when we're not covering a move, so we're always looking at the charts. even when I was sleeping sometimes, because I do set alerts. So yeah, do go check that out if you would like to. And that is tauruscrypto.com. Everybody, tauruscrypto.com. There it is. Look, I can make it super big. Wow. And then you can't see my face. That's much better, right? But there you go. Okay. Crypto Joe, how loud are your alerts? I set a few of them. So I have my my iPad and my phone. So I'll set alerts and then I'll make sure that I'm getting alerted on both my iPad and my phone. If I'm usually, of course, because I'm not a single human being. I don't live on my own or anything, so I do have to keep things. If I'm expecting volatility overnight, I sleep in a different bedroom. So I have to go into the spare bedroom. I have to set my alerts on my phone, and if I really want volatility and I want to wake up to take a trade, I'm like, I go and sleep in the spare bedroom. I've also got like the little Amazon Alexa that will alert me, and it'll be like, "Wake up! Price has hit this price," and that'll wake me up in the spare room. So yeah, that's basically how I wake up. Keshab, yeah, doing TA in your dreams as well. Man, I'm so obsessed with technical analysis that I do like I can't switch off. I go to bed and I like have charts in my head all the time. It's crazy. Which probably answers Devon's question above. What's the biggest challenge you've had to face in trading? The fact that I'm probably addicted to it. No, oh, a pretty good question actually. I'm in a weird mood tonight. I'm just talking nonsense because Bitcoin's not moving. This always happens when Bitcoin doesn't move. I talk nonsense. Um, but yeah, uh, what is the biggest challenge you've had to face in trading? Apart from the obvious, like getting liquidated and stuff early on, I think the biggest challenge, like realistically for me, the biggest challenge is discipline. So I'm not a particularly disciplined person in like general life. I'm bad at keeping things tidy. I'm forgetful. I'm terrible at organizing myself. Like really, really terrible at organizing myself. That is P's in the chat. He can tell you how bad I am at organizing myself. So I literally have other people tell me when I'm doing stuff and when I need to do things. So I've never been like particularly disciplined. I've always just been like very impulsive, very much just acting in the moment and kind of doing what I want to do. So that has been like huge challenge because to be impulsive as a trader is like death. That is a liquidation ready to happen. So I learnt the hard way through um, trading really, really badly for a couple of years and being very impulsive on the charts. And then I just was like, okay, well, if I actually want to trade, and I think the time when I thought like I've got to really take this seriously was around the time of the COVID crash because I was like, I literally have nothing else to do. So I was okay at trading then, but the time in which I really added discipline to my game was around that COVID crash time where I was sat at home on my own, and I was like, I've got nothing more um, that I can do, so I've got to make this work. I just had to make it work. I had to become profitable, like really profitable, in order to pay the mortgage and all of that kind of stuff. So I learnt discipline with my trading, and that made a huge difference. So that was just literally like just ingraining it into myself. Do not take the trade unless you have this as a plan. And that's how the planning everything came about. Like I will have a plan for every single thing that happens with Bitcoin and with a lot of altcoins. You see all these random squiggly lines, you see all these projections, um, and that's because I learned that I've got to be constantly on top of price action. So if you're not constantly on top of price action, you will make really bad decisions, because if you're not quite sure where Bitcoin is at or where any asset is at in relation to where you thought it was a few hours ago, yeah, you're kind of wrecked. So yeah, discipline's a massive thing. You've got to be really disciplined in keeping up with the market, and you've got to be really disciplined in following your rules when something happens. Like, for example, now I could have been tempted into taking a long position down at these lows, but I just got home. I hadn't looked at the order flow. Like, I had taken a big old front run trade last week where everyone was expecting it to take the lows. I could see on the order flow because I was really in the zone, and I was in a really good kind of on a really good roll with trading, that I could see that that was going to reverse, and it did. But on this occasion, I could very easily, if I wasn't being disciplined, I go, okay, cool, I'm going to try longing this, or okay, cool, I'm going to close my short position. But I have no plan for that. I have no plan that does not involve these lows being taken. So if this low is not taken, I do not have a trade. The only way I could possibly have a trade is if I look for, okay, what would be a sign of strength? Probably the next trade for me would be like up here somewhere after it has a really big pump, or taking a short from higher up or something like that. But I do not have a plan, so I cannot take a trade on this right now. And that's, yeah, that's the discipline side of things coming in. So, bit of a long answer. And I did my typical thing of just going off on some kind of rant. But yeah, hopefully that's definitely, yeah, the biggest thing for me. Anyway, yeah, Callis, that's where I am right now. Is do or die. Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like, a lot of traders get to that point where you can be really good at technical analysis and you can be a good analyst, but being a good trader is really, really difficult because you are fighting against yourself all the time. Like, you're fighting against your emotions all the time. If you're just doing analysis, it's easy. Like, it's really, really easy because if you can do TA, like, who cares about the emotion? It's like, oh, cool, we've hit this golden pocket. And if you're not trading that and putting money on the line, it's so easy. But as soon as you put money on the line, like, you are fighting yourself all the time, and you've got to be so disciplined. So yeah, very big difference between being a good analyst and a good trader. And I still have a long way to go before I can consider myself to be like a really excellent trader. I'm profitable, I'm happy with my performance, but I'm very, very competitive and I want to be a lot better always than I am. So, yes, rant over. We have hit 50 likes. Let's get these likes up a bit more. I've just told you all my trading life story. So let's please get this up to like 70 likes because we do have 82 viewers. So surely everyone just like the video. Just do it, please. I've said all of this with like the most boring Bitcoin chart. Sorry. Let's look at something more interesting. Here. We do have bids within this region, so it will be interesting if we do get that moved down. I just want to move down. I just want to move down. It's boring me. Gunslinger, yeah, another. So for biggest trading mentor is like, so again, I'm that kind of person that I do everything myself. I've always had that issue that I do everything myself. So I'm very stubborn in learning from others. I always think I can do things better than everybody else, which is another bit of a personality flaw, but I always think I can do things better than everyone else. So my biggest mentor in trading is like my own stupidity, and me doing bad things that have given me lessons. Because literally, like, the way that I learned trading was just staring at the charts for ages and ages and ages and figuring things out. Because I'm too lazy to learn stuff and to watch videos and to do all of that kind of thing. Like, I'm always like really open about that. Like, I'm kind of not, I'm not like a massively technical analytical mind, I don't think. But I think that's quite something that a lot of traders don't really talk about, that I like to kind of put out there. So yeah, I learned from just trial and error, basically. That was what my biggest mentor was. I watched videos. I'll watch a video for like 5 minutes and I'll go, okay, cool. Yeah, that seems easy enough. And then I'll just go and do it and just repeat and repeat and repeat. That's how I learn. I'm not someone that learns from like reading books and watching like hour-long videos. Despite the fact that I'm out here making educational content and hour-long videos on stuff. But yeah, I don't learn that way. This really is turning into like, this really is a monologue. I don't often do this. I don't often do these kind of long monologues, life story. I saw someone had um, asked about Ape. So Ape is at support, right? This was support that we had identified. Obviously, we came a little bit lower than we would have liked to have seen Ape go initially, but Ape has come into really nice support. Again, I've got a random projection on here. I do think Ape is holding this really nicely. It's broken through this. It's broken out of this big old descending channel. It has back tested that, and if Bitcoin can get a move up, then I do think we could see Ape coming back up to $14 again. But you've got to get a relief rally on Bitcoin, like otherwise this is not going to happen. So yeah, this won't happen if you don't get Bitcoin having a relief rally for certain. Patrick, maybe a good analyst. Attention, AC, a touch of ADHD. Yeah, I definitely. Yeah, again, like, yeah, I definitely have a very short attention span. I don't think I've not got ADHD, but I definitely do have a very short attention span for sure. So that's where the discipline side of things comes in, and it is a fight. Sometimes it is a fight to stay on top of the charts all the time. Um, ADA is looking nice as well. So this is what we were looking for. We did want to see a move up again. We can go back over like previous streams and stuff. We wanted to see a move back down into this region as a back test. So ADA has given us that opportunity. There's a bunch of stuff on the market that's looking really quite interesting now. So if Bitcoin can bounce, the market is looking decent. But Sarah, will you pay attention? Luke, could you please check Ape? I literally just clicked off of the Ape chart. Where have you been? I was on Ape. I've just been talking about Ape. That's literally what I was just talking about. Like, as you posted that comment, I was on the Ape chart. And now I've moved over to something else. Just rewind a little bit. I spoke about Ape very briefly. Pay attention. Sorry. That was harsh. Maybe that was that's not a delay. If you are on a delay and you're watching this with a bit of a delay and you are not caught up with price action, I do apologize. I want to see some stuff. Oh, this is the other one. Okay, so VeChain moved down. Okay, VeChain hit target, like went way beyond target. We've come back into a really nice level here, so we do have confluence. So from our big move up to the high that we put in, I think even if you draw this down to the actual low, like where the spring was, you do have golden pocket region. You do have a nice order block within this zone, and you do have back testing previous resistance. So VeChain also looking very nice within this region here. So VeChain is another one that does look really quite good if Bitcoin can bounce. And it has to be. That is every single chart I'm looking at is, yes, it's reached very important support. But if Bitcoin does not bounce, none of this will work. This support will fail if Bitcoin does not hold that 38,500 to 39k region. Even if we take the lows, taking the lows, fine. Altcoins can still take the lows as well, absolutely fine. But it has to just do quickly something like this or to make a higher low. But if Bitcoin does not hold this region and we start to go aggressive selling again, this will not work. And that's why you've got to be really careful, because everything is correlated. Bitcoin dumps, everything dumps. So whereas things are at decent support, you are also on things like Solana, which hit decent support, has backtested it as resistance already, and looks kind of shit. So yeah. Mana as well. You came through the value area low. You've back tested that as resistance. Looks kind of bad, right? Waves. I'm still short on waves, so I'm hoping this dumps to zero. XRP. I did see someone talk about. So XRP, annoyingly for us. We did want to take a short on XRP around this $92, 92 cents, 92.8 cents, 92.6 cents region. Look where you are. Like you're there, your golden pocket. So again, this is XRP. I did see someone just mention XRP. You are at the golden pocket. You have taken out all of the stop losses from here. So you have a bit of a parabolic run, right? What do you have here? You have, okay, cool. Anyone who wanted to get into a long position, there's a big old V-shaped recovery. Very hard to get long at that point, okay? You guys are just winding me up. Samphira, quiet. I am not going to talk about Ape next. Rewind the video. Rewind it. I know you're joking. Stop asking about Ape. Otherwise, I mean, I'm going to wrap things up in a minute anyway, but stop. Why am I holding coasters in my hand? Where? Yeah. Short attention span, see. What you had on XRP, okay, so you had a really quick V-shaped recovery, very hard to get into a long position. If people were bullish on this and trying to get long, where's your stop loss? Okay, they're clearly not going to place stop losses down here. Stupid, because that's really, really far away from where price was. But people getting in at, again, where did this bounce when we got it? Was local golden pocket, okay? So people who have got long within this range, where your stop loss is going to be, they're going to be here. And if you're compounding, trailing a stop, you're coming up here, you're coming up here, you're coming up here, you've got market structure on your side. What happens? You flush through a load of it, you have a downtrend, it takes out every single one of these traders that's still holding long from this region. Everybody stopped out. And now you're coming into support. So maybe now everybody's been stopped out. What happens if you're short and you're trailing your stops? You got market structure on your side. It's coming all the way down. Here's all these stop losses. Here's all these liquidations. Here's all this liquidity that could be taken. So that's a long way away. You're going to have to get some really aggressive selling in order to get that. So it would kind of make sense to come back and just take out all of these guys first and then maybe drop it down later on. But, but yeah, that was a very brief, XRP analysis. I think, I think I've done everything. Nick, I have done ETH. I have done Ethereum. It's very brief. I'm not trading Ethereum currently. I'm not interested in it. It's boring. But it is back at, like, this is how much I'm not trading it, because that monthly open is from March, which is nonsense, but that is a monthly level. So we do have a monthly level on Ethereum. If I just quickly go into this, we do have a nice little daily OB zone here. So I would say just quickly on ETH, this region here looks good. Okay, that's a nice little region. You zoom in a bit more, maybe you go for this little trend. Your point of control of everything's down here, so I think ideally, like, for For Ethereum, I would like to see it come back down to like 2,500, which sounds really, really bad. I would like to see it come down to $2,500 because that would be the shark harmonic playing out, which is what we've had on DOT. But again, you got to get Bitcoin dumping for that. So whereas like you've got some alts that are sat at support really nicely, that if Bitcoin bounces, those alts are going to bounce and they'll be having really nice rallies. So you've got ADA, you've got DOT, you've got Luna, you've got Ape, you've got XRP at support, could rally really quite hard if Bitcoin does. Then you've got other stuff like ETH, which the support looks okay, but I would prefer lower. And you've got stuff like Mana, support is kind of broken. Solana, support's kind of been broken, so you've back tested that as resistance. So it is really, really 50-50. You just got to see what side of the trade you're on. Are you going to go for these Bitcoin and some altcoins being sat at nice support, and you're going to play those long for a rally? Or are you going to be like, okay, cool, well, a lot of this stuff has lost support. Like Ethereum, technically, you've lost that weekly level. Not great. Bitcoin, you've lost quite big support. But again, we're at other support. So, yeah. Are you looking for lower? Or is this a reasonable area in which to enter long positions? Because, yeah, you look where Bitcoin is right now, within this big zone of chop. And Ethereum is miles away from that zone of chop. So there it is on ETH, yeah. You're a long, long way away from that right now. So you'd be looking at another move down of like another 15% dump if you're going to hit targets on ETH. If you're going to hit the same targets as what Bitcoin's doing on ETH. Anyway, yeah, that's enough from myself. Like we haven't moved. I came on stream. I put a title of volatility incoming, and we've been at exactly the same price for the whole stream again. So, I'm going to wrap things up there. I am not going to look at any more questions because when I normally say I'm going to wrap things up, I look at a question and then I start talking about something else. But, okay, SPX took the lows. Bitcoin didn't. Final comment, wait for the daily close. I do think lows get taken. I have fairly high confidence that we're going to get a bounce at 39 to 38,800. I don't feel as bearish as I did yesterday. So yeah, I'm looking for, again, like I say, I have orders waiting within this region. They are not high leverage, they are not anything like that, but I am looking to scale in. And then I do think that we have a good opportunity for a relief rally. And the fact that the US markets have closed, they've taken the lows, they have had a little bit of a rally since then, kind of gives you a bit of confluence for that. So let's just see how the daily open goes. If my alerts go off and they do wake me up, I'll probably just post a few little things in the Discord in the crew section. So yeah, thank you very much everybody for watching. Again, if you would like to learn any more about our community, then please do go check out tauruscrypto.com. There it is, one final time. Do go check out tauruscrypto.com. That is our website. I still need to improve our website. That is another job I need to do. But we do have a free Discord community there, and we also have the Taurus crew. So if you'd like to learn more about the Taurus crew and you would like to find out how to access all of the educational content, all of the trading rooms and all those kind of things, please do drop us a message. Again, I can move out of the way here quickly, and we do have a little let's chat button down at the low here. Down here we do have a little button. See, last time I was on stream I spoke to P and he said hello to me. So he is there and I am sometimes there. So P, Mr. Bot, our little Taurus crypto bot, who is actually a real person, he is there. So if anyone does have any questions about the community or about anything that we do offer, or just wants to say hello, do just chat to us through there or join the community. Cool. Thank you very much, everybody. I will see you all very soon. New York trading room tomorrow for everyone in the crew. So we will be trading the New York Open. That will be good fun. And yeah.